He handed me the contract with a smile I had never seen before. Cold, rehearsed, like he had been practicing it for weeks. I signed the first page before I even read it. That was my mistake. Or so I thought. We had built the company together from nothing. Late nights in a cramped office that smelled like burnt coffee and ambition. I handled operations and client relations. He managed finances and legal. We trusted each other completely, or at least I trusted him. 6 years of partnership, 6 years of splitting every decision, every profit, every risk. Then one morning he walked into my office with a stack of papers and that smile. He said the company needed restructuring for tax purposes. He said our accountant recommended it. He said it was just a formality. I believed him. I signed 3 documents without reading past the first paragraph of each one. He left my office and I went back to work. I did not think about it again for 2 weeks. Then I got the email. It was from our corporate attorney. Subject line, ownership transfer complete. My stomach dropped. I opened it. The email confirmed that I had voluntarily transferred 50% of my shares to a third-party entity, an LLC I had never heard of, registered in Delaware, owned by him. I called him immediately. No answer. I called again. Voicemail. I drove to his house. His car was not there. I went back to the office and pulled the documents I had signed. I read every word this time. Page 1 looked normal, standard operational update. Page 2 buried the transfer clause in legal jargon so dense I almost missed it again. Page 3 was a liability waiver making me personally responsible for any debts incurred before the restructure. He had planned this for months, maybe longer. I sat in that office until midnight, trying to understand how someone I had trusted for 6 years could do this. I did not cry. I did not scream. I just sat there in the dark, staring at my signature on a document that stole half my life. The next morning, I called our attorney. He confirmed it. The transfer was legal. I had signed it. There was nothing he could do unless I could prove forgery or coercion. I could not. It was my signature, my email approving the meeting, my negligence. I felt like an idiot. Everyone would think I was an idiot. I had let this happen. But something kept bothering me. The third document, the liability waiver. Why would he need me to take on old debts if he was just stealing my shares? I pulled the company financial records going back 18 months. It took me 4 days to find it. He had been siphoning money into side accounts, small amounts at first, then larger. By the time I pieced it together, he had moved over $340,000 into personal LLCs that had no connection to our company on paper. He was not just stealing my shares, he was hiding theft, and he had made me legally responsible for the financial period when he did it. I could have gone to the police, I could have sued him, but I did something better. I called a forensic accountant I had worked with on a client case 2 years earlier. I gave her everything. She found the trail in 6 hours. Then I did nothing. I waited. I watched him step into my role like he had earned it. He rebranded the company. He told clients I had stepped back for personal reasons. He played the part perfectly. 3 weeks after the transfer, he hosted a company celebration dinner. He gave a speech about new beginnings and vision. He thanked everyone for their loyalty during the transition. He did not mention my name once. I was not invited, but I was busy. I had spent those 3 weeks working with a contract lawyer who specialized in corporate fraud. And that is when we found it. The clause he had buried in page 2. The one that transferred my shares to his LLC. It had a trigger. If the LLC was ever found to be involved in fraudulent activity or misrepresentation of corporate assets, all transferred shares would revert to the original owner immediately. He had copied the contract template from a legal database. He had not read the fine print. He had forged the perfect trap for himself. I filed a civil claim with the evidence my forensic accountant had compiled. I did not tell him. I did not warn him. I just filed. The court froze his LLC assets within 48 hours. He called me screaming. He said I was trying to destroy him over a misunderstanding. He said we could work it out. He said he would fix it. I did not say a word. I just hung up. The judge reviewed the case. The forensic evidence was undeniable. The contract clause was ironclad. 8 weeks after he stole my company, I got every share back, plus damages, plus legal fees, plus interest on the stolen funds he had moved. He lost everything. The LLC collapsed. His personal assets were seized to cover the restitution. The company returned to my name alone. I rebranded again. I told clients the truth. Most of them stayed. The ones who mattered stayed. He tried to start over in another state. Last I heard, he was working for someone else, doing the job he once thought he was too good for. I do not think about him much anymore, but sometimes I imagine the moment he realized what he had done, the moment he understood that the contract he forged was the same contract that destroyed him. I rebuilt the company alone. It is bigger now, stronger, and every contract that crosses my desk gets read twice. These stories are fictional and created for entertainment purposes only. Any resemblance to real persons or events is purely coincidental.